Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. What would you consider a popular blog? This is a question that was asked somewhere within our community, and I think it's a good question. But I also think that the response is relative, because you can be very popular in a group of 10 people, or you can be very popular in a group of 100, or 1,000, or 1,000,000. Popularity is relative. And ultimately, what I end up telling the clients that I consult with, and yes, I do plenty of that, helping them with their internet businesses and blogging strategies and social media stuffs, etc., etc. I explain that you have to know your subject matter. Whatever you're writing about, you should own it. You should know it. You should love it. So I tend to write about, blog about, do videos about technology, and sometimes issues related to technology, specifically those which touch people who do business online. I understand it because I've been living it. I've been doing it. I get it. So what makes a blog? I don't know what makes a blog popular, really. Do you know of a popular blog? Not to slight any bog fans. Maybe there's a bog blog. There might be. And I wouldn't be surprised because you know what? That's the thing. There are millions of blogs out there. If there wasn't a bog blog, I would be surprised. And it's probably a very popular bog blog. If only because there's probably not a lot of people who like talking or reading or writing about bogs. Just a guess. There might be. Not to offend the whole bog blogging community. Because that's the thing. I don't know if they exist. And it could be that group of 10. And maybe there's 2 blogs. One of them is going to be very, very popular. In fact, both of them may be very, very, very popular. This is the thing. I get people asking, Chris, I'm really passionate about technology. I want to start a blog. Good luck with that. You're going to need a lot of help. Granted, I could help. Yes, I could. And I've offered to do that. Specifically with people who are clients. But you got an uphill battle. Because there are a lot of very popular tech blogs. Because technology is saturated. The marketplace is full of tech pundits. Much like myself. So then you ask, well, Chris, what makes you different? I have a voice. I have been around since 1996 doing this stuff. I get it. Look at the numbers. They don't lie. So you could say, well, Chris, does that mean that you consider yourself a popular blogger, a popular YouTube partner? You know what? If people watch or people read whatever I produce or whatever my team produces through any one of the sites that we have, anything that the community produces, if people enjoy that and they want to come back for more, then I consider that the perfect benchmark for popularity. So I think that within our community of tech enthusiasts, those who read blogs, are on Twitter, are on Facebook, watch YouTube videos, record YouTube videos potentially, I think I've got people's attention. Whether I'm using Chris Pirillo, my name, or the brand Locker Gnome. Sometimes people know one or the other, and I've heard these stories over and over again. The story that I've related in the past, when I first started, I was trying to explain what it was that I did online. I'm like, I'm making a business online. I figured out how to do it, and I was explaining to my dad. My dad just couldn't quite wrap his head around it, and he was kind of literally beating my head up against the wall. Couldn't explain it enough. Since the idea of doing business on the internet was different. And back before blogging was a word, this is essentially what I was doing. Sharing information, sharing knowledge. And we went to an electronics superstore. And I was, browsing one of the software aisles back when they used to have software aisles. And they may still have them, but they're smaller than they used to be. And I saw a guy holding on to a couple of disk defraggers. And he was kind of weighing the options. And I said, you want that one? He's like, what? Oh, really? And I started explaining, well, you want that one because it does this, 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 this. He's like, oh, okay, cool. It's like, so then I reach into my pocket, and I pull out a business card. I'm like, well, if you have a problem, here's my email address. Drop me a line. I should be able to point you to the right direction. I've been doing this for a long time. And he looked at the card, and he looked at me, and he looked at the card again. He's like, Locker Gnome? I said, yeah. He said, this is your business card? I said, yeah. He said, I've been a subscriber since January. This is back in 1996 in Des Moines, Iowa. The middle of, well, for all intents and purposes, nowhere. An electronics superstore, and I find a subscriber. So I was with my dad at the time, and I pulled him out of another aisle. I think he was looking at GPSs or something. I was like, you got to meet this guy. And finally, it connected, to my dad. Like, he understood that the idea of what I had in generating, revenue from sharing knowledge. And this is effectively what I've continued to do. So I was popular enough that someone knew who I was, knew my brand name, and knew what I was all about, to trust my knowledge. And I've wrapped my entire career around that premise. That not being popular, it's not about being popular. It's about being trustworthy and transparent, and I have every step of the way. Being good at what you do, generally speaking. And honestly, at the end of the day, I feel I do my best. To the point where the people who are watching the live video feed right now, just off camera, would tell you, sometimes I'll re-record a video 4 times before I get the take that I want to put online, because it means that much to me, and it's part of my OCD kicking in. Either way, popularity is relative. Know yourself, know your subject matter, the numbers should follow. And if you need a little extra nudge, if you need a little extra help, you have to start looking into SEO, SEM, marketing, social media, all these things that my business can absolutely help you with, because I've done it for myself. So, my email address, chris@perlow.com, @ChrisPerlow on Twitter. What do you think? Feel free to, post something, a comment, video response, whatever you want to do. What makes a popular blog to you? What makes someone popular? It's just such a relative term. Maybe you want to be popular. I don't know. To me, it's about being as good as I can be. That, to me, is... Well, my dogs think I'm popular. So do, a few other people. Either way, drop me a line, post a comment, whatnot. And then, of course, you're more than welcome to join us in the chat room if you want. And granted, it's more casual chat, not so much business. We've got it as part of a live video feed. I'm sorry, Wicket. I thought I was speaking for you. I didn't mean to put words in your mouth or anything. My dog, Wicket, he's... apparently I'm not popular with one of them. Either way, you can find the chat room, part of the live video feed, streaming out over the web, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a part of my blog, chris.perlow.com, but it's a different subdomain, live.perlow.com. We'll see you later.